Hi everybody, Ted Jordan here with Professional Acting for the Long Haul. This week we're going to be talking about how to handle an agent type situation. A friend of mine who's also an actor, she asked me some questions after looking at one of the other videos that I shot, and she was curious. She's been with her agency for about 3 years, but she's only booked one job. Not only that, she's tried to reach out to her agent and try to get some information from them, but they haven't gotten back with her. Now, I don't know the time frame with that, but here's what I want you to do. Keep in mind, there's always two sides to each story or each coin. So remember that your agent is super busy. Hopefully, they're a very popular agency and they get a lot of work and they have actors who are booked on a lot of work. And if that is the case, it may take them some time to get back with you. But at some point, they should be getting back with you. Why? Because they took the time to sign you. They should at least have the respect enough to at least email you, give you a phone call, something to let you know and acknowledge that they got your message. And sit down, take a few minutes. Now, I don't talk to my agent all the time, every day on the phone. Why? Because I'm busy, she's busy, and we don't usually have any issues. But if I do have a question, she gets back with me in a timely fashion, and it doesn't take us all day to do it. But besides that, we've also built a very good friendship, both professionally and personally. So they're very good people. So I like working with them. They like working with me. They know how I work and I know how they work. And I don't like wasting people's time. And she doesn't like wasting people's time. So we get along really well. So in the meantime, if this is happening with you and you haven't heard from your agent, keep that in mind that they are busy people, so give them a little bit of time. But if you've not heard from them in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and it continues to go on and you've been calling at least a couple of times a week and you've still not heard from anybody, I think it's time to look for a new agent and agency, okay? Now, one booking in 3 years, not good. Again, it's very competitive and a lot of things are going on. There's a lot of things you can't control, so don't worry about that. But before I reach out to my agent again, I would check myself. What do I mean when I say that? Check your headshot to make sure it's current, it looks conservative, and it's professionally done, or as very best that you can do it, okay? Money's tight sometimes. A lot of us are working 9 to 5s, and I got that. So, make sure it's not a selfie though. Make sure it looks like a 8x10 headshot color. Next, check your resume. Make sure it's up to snuff, that it looks professional as well. Then, if you got a demo reel, make sure it looks professional. I always like to aim for the A-list actor type professional demo reel, 8x10 headshot, and resume. Now, have I reached that totally yet? No, but I'm in the process of doing that. Why? Because I'm constantly learning at different levels. This thing operates at different levels. In the Midwest, things operate differently than they do on the East Coast and the West Coast. You have to understand that. And if you're trying to get out of the Midwest, but still operating in the Midwest, trying to go to New York or LA, you're going to get your feelings hurt real quick. Okay, that's why you need to educate yourself before going into these other markets. But if you're not dominating your market where you are right now, you need to find out why. Maybe you don't have the proper training. Maybe your headshot doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like an actual headshot. It looks like a selfie. If that's the case, that's a problem. If your resume doesn't look good, I sent out a message that we were, looking for fresh faces for our web series, The Sinister Truth. And I told people in the ad that they needed to have a headshot and resume. Now, this guy sent me a message. He sent me his resume, but he's a sales guy. Now, he may have the yearning to be an actor, but all I can see him as is a salesperson. And you know what? He didn't send me a headshot either. So I have no idea what this person looks like. So how could I possibly consider them serious about jumping off into this thing called acting if he's not meeting the requirements in order to get the job done? And it's the same thing for you too. If things are not going the way you want them to, then maybe you need to make a change with your agency. headshot, resume, whatever it might be, you need to examine them openly and honestly and get critiques from people who are several levels above you. Don't look at your friends and family. Don't ask mom and dad what they think. Ask other professionals who are at a higher level than you are and see what they think. There are a lot of great people out on social media willing to give honest critiques about what they think your package looks like and what it needs to look like. Now, there's some silly people out there who will laugh and giggle and all that kind of stuff. I know there was a guy out there who wanted to be a model and actor, and he took selfies in his bathroom, and he posted this on a professional site, and he wanted people's critiques. Well, they gave it to him, and some of them were rather cruel but honest, and they look like crap. You don't want to put that out there. You don't want to look like crap. You want to put your best foot forward in everything that you do. Again, if you're not hearing back from your agent or agency in a timely fashion, at the very least, 30 days, the longest, 30 days. If you're not hearing from them and you've called them 2 or 3 times each week for that 30-day period and you're not hearing back from them, you need to look for a new representative. Or you can represent yourself if you educate yourself well enough and you feel comfortable to do that. Now, if you're non-exclusive, you can send them an email, you can send them a certified letter and say, hey, look, I don't want you guys representing me anymore. We're gonna break this professional bond and I'm gonna look for new representation. I would do that. But if you're exclusive, that might be an issue if your contract hasn't expired yet. If it's near expiration, then you'll want to, get a hold of them within 30 days or before 30 days and say, hey, look, this isn't working for me. I want to look for new representation. We can part companies as friends and move on. You should do that. Either way, you should do that. If you don't want certain people representing you anymore, let them know that. Don't just walk away. Professionals communicate, and they communicate well. That's why they're professionals. That's why they continue to have longevity in this industry, okay? So again, communication is very important. Make sure your headshot and resume is up to snuff. Make sure your demo reel looks good. And again, A-lister status, up to the A-list type status quo is what you're shooting for. That's the goal. That's what you're striving for, okay? Because you hit there and you're on target, okay? That means you can go into any market and you'll be fine. Okay, now, if you have any questions, by all means, send those questions to our email address at professionalactingforthelonghall@yahoo.com. You can check out any of our videos at Crossing Jordan Entertainment on our YouTube channel. And again, you can check out our website at crossingjordanentertainment.studio. I hope this was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, again, don't hesitate. Just go ahead and give me a shot and a shout, and I'll do my very best to answer those questions. I don't pretend to know everything, but 30 plus years in the industry means I know a lot of things. There's a lot of things I don't know, but there's a lot of things I do know. And if I don't know them, then I'm gonna find out who can give me the answer. All right? I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. And remember, you are not beholden to your agent. They are not your boss. They're not your boss, okay? It's a partnership. They're not your boss. Remember that. It's not like your 9-to-5 job at all. We'll talk again soon. Take care.